everyone, it's Danielle here for Felicity Jane. I'm going to put together a layout for you. I'm using a sort of mix of kits because I'm down to do a kind of mix and match Monday. So yeah, I'm using the new kit Grace with some sort of other chums from the other kits. So basically all I've kind of done to start with is a massive paint splash. I didn't initially intend that it would go that big, but I was using the little kind of pipette thing and I kind of got a bit carried away. So yeah, that's why it's massive, but I quite like it now that it's down and dry. So yeah, I just did a massive one in the middle, another little one here, and then just some little kind of, you can kind of flick the ink and it kind of makes these little kind of circular splashes. And then I also just used the stamps from the Grace kit to just do this growing through it little stamp, because yeah, I kind of figured that, oh, Cam's on the move, just keeping half an eye on her because I have tulips and she wants to eat them. So yeah, sorry. So yeah, I sort of thought I'm gonna do a layout where it's kind of a you know, like an at-home kind of layout. So I found this photo of her sort of hiding underneath the covers when I was trying to strip the bed and put the covers in the wash, and she whoa, she's jumped on the side. Sorry about the camera shake. What are you doing? Can you make a decision, please? Yeah, she was underneath all the covers and wouldn't come out, and I just thought it was quite cute, so I took a little picture of her, just her little ears poking out. So yeah, I thought that was quite sweet. And I kind of, originally I was thinking sort of perhaps having it more kind of in the centre, but doing this has kind of made me think I might like to have a layout that kind of falls off to the side. No, I knew you were going to do that. Let's just slide them over there. Away from you. So yeah, I'm thinking a little photo in the corner, and then I made this really cute little shaker pocket out of one of the journal cards, which just says Home Sweet Home. I put a piece of vellum over the top, and then stitched a border around the edge, like hand stitched a border around the edge, and then yeah, just before I got right to the end, I just sort of popped in a couple of little black and white sequins. So that's pretty cute. So I'm thinking also I wasn't quite as straight on this edge. So I want to kind of hide my crime by kind of maybe popping it sort of slightly underneath or slightly layered with the photograph. Oh no, she's got a fever for trouble. I just need to stop her from doing something. Come here, you. Get off. Come on. Oh, careful. Oh dear. You're a terror. Dear, right. I'm just trying to stop her from falling headfirst down a small gap in the side of the room that she can't quite get out of. She's not the brightest bulb, bless her. She sort of thinks she can get in and out of the same thing. She sort of falls headfirst into a laundry basket and then can't get any purchase to get back out of it again, so I have to go and liberate her. She's a bit of a div. So yeah, I'm thinking maybe kind of layering up some journal cards or something. Might be quite cute. I like these stripes. And the kits kind of all, the colours really complement one another. And Grace has got some really lovely green in it. Sort of green stripy bits and things. And this is Jeana, I think. With the kind of homey kind of vibe on it, and I really like the two. I think they kind of complement one another really well. Yeah, and Anna did a mix and match. I think she put in a bit of Jeana's well. But yeah, the two really kind of work together really nicely, because the colours are just yeah, perfect matches. See, so this is from Grace, but how perfect is that? I mean, they just complement one another so well. So yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking. So maybe a little kind of layering up with my photo. Got a lot of these as well, which are really lovely. So I could maybe do like pick out that kind of yellow, a little tab on it with a date stamp maybe. I've got also yellow paper clips, so that would be cute. I've got this teeny tiny little heart, which is so sweet, so I'm sort of thinking, you know, that might be cute on like a little corner maybe, or something, like little, yeah, like a little, you know, like another little embellishment. So so I've got that too. And then just from Sarah, I recently got the metal dies from Sarah, with these happy and these big sort of floral blooms that are beautiful. So I sort of had a little play with them. I mean, how cute is that? It's like a little skeleton of a flower, gorgeous. But this little happy was really sweet as well. So I kind of thought perhaps a title that might be quite cute would be like Home Sweet Home and Happy. Like that might be quite sweet, because yeah, I'm happy to be home. I'm quite a homebody, so it's quite nice for me. And as you've sort of been saying, I think the cat's kind of gone through stages of being happy about us being here and not. I think she's kind of come to the conclusion that it's nice to have us here, because she's got access to cheese and other treats in the kitchen that she doesn't normally get. But then at other points she sort of has a bit of a sulk on, so I don't always think she's happy that we're here. It's a bit of a complicated relationship we're going through at the moment, where some days she wants to speak to us and some days she doesn't. But yeah, so that's kind of what I'm thinking. Keep it quite simple, because obviously this is quite busy, and I also quite want to kind of leave a lot of this because I really like it. I like all the kind of burst out that happened when loads of ink went down. It kind of all fired out, so I made a right old mess of the desk. but it looks really lovely on here, so yeah, I quite like that, and I quite like the idea of having, you know, I've got the black and white photo, having it be quite monochrome, and I've got some of these gorgeous stickers as well, these puffy stickers from Grace, so I could use those. And then also have these two, which are some of the old ones, with that house, which is so sweet as well. I mean, both these houses are super cute. But yeah, so I could maybe do something with some of the sweet little bits on here, that Where I Belong maybe. So yeah, I've got options. So what I'll do is I'll just kind of make a decision on placement. I'm thinking kind of this corner. I think I don't want to have anything happening over here. Maybe a little paper tear with some pattern paper behind it, but I kind of want to leave this whole section really pretty empty, and just focus on this kind of, if I'm splitting the page into quarters, then yeah, just this quarter I want to be kind of where everything's focused. So so yeah, so that's what I'm thinking. So I'll poke off and I'll do a couple of little bits of layering up, and then yeah, and come back in, and well, you know how I do, we go in, we go out, and yeah, and at the end of it I'll have a layout. Okay. All right guys, I'll see you in a mo. Bye. Okie dokie, so I'm just trying to have a little think about this one. So I've just sort of I've kind of stuck with my original plan of just kind of popping those two journal cards together, because I think that's quite cute, and I quite like the colours popping out just the edge there, but it's still quite keeping it quite plain and keeping the focus mainly on this journal card on the top. So yeah, I quite like that little kind of bundle. I don't think I'll raise those up, because I need to raise up this one to kind of have it overlapping. So I just popped a little bit of that with a little hearts, black hearts paper from Grace that's got the tags on the other side. So I just sort of had that poking out the top. And I quite like sometimes with the black and white prints that they show through a little bit on the like underneath the photographs. If there's like a white piece, so I quite like that the hearts are showing through, and that's quite sweet. And then I've got this sort of strip of this little kind of ditzy polka dot too, which kind of picks up that yellow again. So I'm thinking about maybe layering that just at an angle. And then I've got this little yellow tab that I'm thinking maybe we'll just sort of stick on here. So I think I'll do that first, because these have got glue on the underside of them, so they kind of stick with minimal minimal drama. So that's quite handy. So I'll pop that. I'll pop it. Oops. If I go over everything, yeah, because then I guess it holds it all together nicely, doesn't it? I really like with some of these as well that they've got this kind of little stitched kind of embellishment on them, which is really cute. So yeah, really sweet. It just gives it an extra little finishing touch as well. And it's really lovely, particularly if you don't have a sewing machine, or you know, just want a little bit of something extra to sort of jazz it up. So yeah, that's what I'm thinking. And then having that little bit of paper tucked there, so it kind of pops out the bottom and the top. And then having it overlap on my journal cards, maybe sort of slightly to the edge of the paper. So I might just use, oh, that's gone a bit, I suppose that'll sort itself out once let's just glue that down a little bit. Kind of damage limitation as we go. So yeah, I'll just stick that down. Oops, I can't tell if Clem's in the room anymore or not. I think she might have left. I'm not allowed to have any fun. Cool, okay. Oh, and I've just realised as well what I'll do just before I get a bit too carried away is I'll just stamp that with April, because it's going to become a little bit more difficult to do that once I once I start putting foam pads and things underneath it. Oop, not quite on the never mind. Old wonky. Okay, so if I do that, then I might just use some, whoops, Pritt stick to glue that down, and I can reposition it if I need to. Yeah, I quite like just using some simple kind of a glue stick like that, just because it does give you the option to lift it up if you're not quite happy on the first go around. I think I might have it like coming off the page slightly. Yeah. Yeah, sort of like that maybe. Whoops. So let's foam pad this up, and then I'll work out a plan from there. Some scissors are already kind of gummed up because I've need to use some of that sticky stuff remover to degum all my scissors, because I've been using so much of these foam pads and things. It's just been, everything's all blocked up. They don't cut as sharply as they used to. It's a bit of a problem. Oops. Alright, let's see. Well, how are you all doing? Ooh, hope you're all doing well, and yeah, not having too much trouble at home. I hope you all getting to the shops okay and getting what you need, because it's a bit of a funny old thing. It's things are definitely better than they have been, I'd say. We just go to the shops like once a week at the moment, so I've been trying to pick like a Wednesday or a Thursday when it's like a little bit quieter, and that seems to be working quite well at the moment. Last week when we went, I'd say it was pretty close to being as full as I've seen it. Yeah, I was quite pleased because for so long it's been sort of decimated, but when I went last week it kind of almost looked a little bit like when it's quite close to Christmas and you know, everyone's kind of gone round and gone a bit crazy, but there's still sort of plenty of stock, and it was it sort of feels a little bit like that, like yeah, like a big weekend rush has happened. So hopefully that means that people are kind of calming down a bit now and not kind of doing all this panic buying madness, because it was getting to a point where it's becoming a bit ridiculous. You know, people were really going crazy, and that seems to be for every country as well. It doesn't necessarily seem to be something that's specific to the UK. It is particularly nuts how it depends, like regardless of which country you seem to live in, like the same things are running out of stock. So like toilet roll, flour, sugar, yeah, like eggs. It's really bizarre. It's you know, those things are definitely like essentials. But yeah, even I mean, I was chuffed I got some milk when I went in the week, so that was quite impressive because there hasn't been any milk for ages. It's just been all kinds of crazy milks. So I've been trying like hazelnut milk and cashew milk and all kinds of random ones, but yeah, there was finally some semi-skimmed, so I was quite excited. Which shows you just how bizarre it is. But yeah, so I hope you're getting on okay and managing to get everything that you kind of need. Whoops. And if you can't get out of the house, I hope someone's nearby that can help you out, because that's the other thing. It's having someone at the end of the telephone that can get out for you, and not, you know, we're not all lucky enough to have that. There's been quite a few things around our way when like our neighbours and stuff have been putting things through the letterbox, saying if anyone needs a hand getting hold of anything, then they can sort of pop out and get it for them. So that's really sweet, and there's been like a really lovely kind of supportive network around here. It's really nice, like everyone sort of pitching in and helping one another. So yeah, it's really lovely. Oh, because it wasn't like that where we lived before. It was a bit strange. So people very much kind of kept to themselves, and yeah, it was just a bit odd. So I'm quite pleased we're kind of in a nice place now where people look after each other. Boom boom boom. What are we thinking? I kind of don't want everything to line up too neatly. I like that and being there. So we've got this home sweet home and happy. I don't know about having. So the problem is as well, it's going to be a bit boingy, isn't it? It's going to get a bit boingy, that happy. So maybe I should tuck it underneath. Whoops, but maybe just try and pop that little H out. I don't want it to look like it's saying hoppy. Home sweet home and happy. Oop, come on you. Oh, this is the fiddliest nightmare. Ooh. Yeep. Anyway, maybe I can do that without you looking, because my word. It's painful doing it. It's got to be more painful to watch. So yes, what else? So I've got my little and there. Just might glue that little cheeky guy down. And then I've got, I cut these out of this sort of which one is it? Which other one had their tags? Oh, the little heart one. Yeah, so I cut out 2 of those. I know I said I wasn't going to do anything in this quarter, but I just quite like the idea of maybe just having those kind of like, instead of a paper tear, maybe just having those little guys like poking out, and then I staple them down and chop off the edge, because that's quite cute. Maybe kind of lower so it kind of mirrors this. Yeah, and then I've just got some bits and bobs really, so it's just a case of deciding whether or not I want anything kind of, you know, bits and pieces poking out, or some stickers, because I've got these lovely stickers. So yeah, so I'm gonna just poke off and just have a little think about sticking those down. I'll stick that down, and then have a little think about stickers. So yeah, I'll be back in a second. Okay, bye. Okie dokie. So I've put the bits and pieces down. I've glued down my happy, and then it's kind of like embellishment stage. I've kind of stuck these little tags down, just raised that one up with some foam tape, which is cute. Everything's kind of going a bit wibbly wobbly because the paint splashes are in the middle, so it's kind of warped the paper slightly. So then I've got that little and to stick down somewhere as well. Sort of home sweet home and happy. Ooh. We sort of overlap it slightly. That might be cute, because yeah, I want to have it at the bottom, so it kind of flows into the kind of sentence. I do want to foam it up a little bit. So God, are they the same size? Yeah, I think they are. So yeah, I just want to pop some little pads underneath this just to bump it up slightly as well. Oops. Oh dear, there we go. Madness. I don't know, but yeah, this is all fun anyway. It's nice. I haven't had it's been a little while since I've done a 12 by 12 layout, so this is quite nice. I did sort of do that thing where I kind of stared at the paper for ages trying to work out what I wanted to do, before I kind of went back to one of my old sort of fateful ideas, which is look through the photos. So yeah, when I'm kind of struggling to know what to do, sometimes I reach for Pinterest and sort of just kind of mindlessly scroll through. Quite like doing a weird thing where I do one of two things. I have a look at I know it's going to sound quite bizarre, but I kind of look at modern art, like really kind of crazy sort of abstract stuff, because it's weird how some things are like, there's something there that's like the positioning of things, or like the way something's been kind of put down and presented, that kind of gets your brain in gear. And I also like to look at like magazine layouts. So sometimes I'll just sort of put in something like magazine layout or magazine spread, and then I just start to look through those, because it's really, I know it sounds quite strange, but cause it's got nothing to do with scrapbooking, but it's just that kind of seeing positioning of things kind of gets you in the zone. So I do that quite a lot when I'm kind of trying to come up with a plan. That's how I've kind of come up with some of the more mad layouts as well. There was one I did ages ago now with what feels like ages ago, with loads of little hearts, and I got that from like a on the highstreet.com when I was looking at a picture frame that someone had made where they had all these little tiny paper hearts in it. So yeah, I mean, it doesn't necessarily need to be a scrapbooking layout for you to kind of get your brain in the zone. But this one, I was looking a bit sort of Jackson Pollocky, so that kind of explains that. But yeah, I did kind of see a few different things, and I was like, oh, I just want to chuck some black paint and white paper. So that's kind of what started this one rolling. And then I was just like, right, well, then I need a black and white photo, and then it kind of went from there really. Ooh, this is still a little bit wibbly. Yeah, quite like that. Home sweet home and happy, my favourite place. That's cute, isn't it? And if I use the stickiness of that, that'll hold down my P's. My PPY. Clever. Nope. Oh, that has gone a wibbly wobbly. Ooh, it's also delicate. How am I going to do that? Maybe I need to foam up my foam. Or just not be so aggressive. Oh. No, because it's going to go wibbly wobbly, isn't it? This is just slightly too thick. But if I put foam underneath it, is it going to be bonkers? Do I go underneath? But then I'm not really doing myself any favours, am I? Because it's still going to be all wibbly. Yeah, I don't like that. Right, I'm going to put that back on there for a second. I'll have a little think. So yeah, I do like the idea of having that on top. And then I chopped that little house as well, which is sweet. So yeah, I'm thinking maybe it might be quite fun to have it kind of poking out the edge. Because these are a little bit old now, so they're kind of starting to do that kind of puffy bend. So I need to I do need to use them. Which is sad, but because I do just like hoarding puffies. But that is cute, that little house. And a good thing to do sometimes as well, if you're not sure about how to place them, is to just chop them out of their little kind of selection, so you can kind of free move them around. That works quite well when you're trying to decide what to do with them and where to put them. So let's just poke you out, little guy. Which is cute. Okie dokie. Ooh, curses. I don't know. Maybe I'll make a decision at the end and you'll just see that one in the photos because I'm not sure what to do with that. As far as everything else is concerned, I mean, I've got my little heart down there. Ooh, a little yellow heart there. Oh, hearts. Put a little floral poking out. Whoops. But yeah, I mean, you can titivate for hours with this kind of thing. As I sort of put a pad underneath there, so I need to just chop that up a little bit. Ooh. Oh, I don't know anymore. Yeah, I'm gonna stop. I think, and then work out what to do with that. Unless I want to go sort of chipboard. There are a couple of chipboard bits with some cute words on them. Memories. I'll do happy because I've got happiness. Home sweet home and happiness. That's cute. That might be good on there. You've got nothing that pink though. Okay, let's oops. Yeah, I'll have a little play. I'm going to I'll sign off and then you'll see in the photo at the end there might be an extra little bit or two that pop into it, because I don't want this to be like, you know, how long do you want to sit and watch me faff around for? But yeah, there we go. So just a simple little layout, really. You know, nothing too crazy. But I just kind of wanted to do a sort of a bit more of a simple one. It's been a while, so and I used to do quite sort of minimal stuff, and things got busier and busier over time, sort of showing off. But yeah, so I kind of want to rein it in a little bit and yeah, just kind of be a bit more calm and try to put things down in a kind of little bit more thoughtful way. But yeah, so there we go. Anyhow, I'll leave it there, and yeah, I hope you're all doing well, guys, and sending you lots of love, and yeah, just stay safe, and yeah, look after yourselves and look after those around you. Okay, anyone that's living in your house with you, give them a big old hug. Okay, and yeah, we'll be all back to normal soon, and I'll be back again with another layout soon as well. Okay, until next time, lots of love, take care guys, bye.